What's up, everybody? Everybody, what's going down? Welcome to the Sorry for My Language podcast, broadcast, show, lifestyle show. We understand you and we hope that you understand yourself, you know? Yeah. Hey, it really ain't nothing until you bring the horns in, right? So today's show is brought to you by Grindstone Universal. Clothing brand for your life is the epitome of urban luxury. It's the gold standard. It's where progress is made and truth is revealed. As a matter of fact, this zip down, zip up shirt that I'm wearing right now, baby butter soft corduroy. You can't really fully see what I'm doing here with this magic that I'm wearing. But my God, let me lift up a little bit. Little subtle embroidery going on. You know, are we catching it better here? Are we catching it better when the weather? I don't know. But the weather has cooled down a little bit, so you got to kind of dress it up. And it's okay. That's Grindstone Universal. You can find this at grindstoneuniversal.com. It's a world of wonderful things there for you. So yeah, once again, let's clap it up for those who make things from the heart. I would first like to introduce myself. My name is Grindstone. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this show is called Sorry for My Language because a lot of the times I might have something to say that might cross the lines. I personally don't know where the lines are that you all draw. Um, I wouldn't say that's a tick, but I just really don't care what y'all, when I say y'all, I care what y'all think, but I don't care about the boundaries that y'all draw, if you can make sense of that. Anyway, this is about being authentically yourself. This hat that I'm wearing, because I know that's still in this show. That's by Bobby Joseph. Hey, Bobby Joseph is from Oakland, California. He's lived in New York for quite a while, like I've lived in D.C. for quite a while. But my goodness, if you go to bobbyjoseph.com, he got the goods. Trust that. What I will bring you is high quality, and that's all that I'm delivering. What else? What else? Oh, these glasses. Can't really see them, but they're still in the show too. These are prescription, even though you don't have to put a prescription in them. If you're 20/20, if your LASIK's kicked in. But if not, you go to, hope I get it right, June. These Eyes of Minds, Mines, because her name is June Mines. These Eyes of Minds. Check it out for the frames. Man, talk about cross promo. Hey, only spend money with those who you want to see grow, and only promote those who who you really support, even if they don't know it. But I'm not just gonna bring anything to the table. It's only the goodness. So now that y'all know all my secrets, I feel like we kind of know each other a little bit. You feel like you know me? Not yet. Getting used to my little sounds. So here we are. Here we are on a Wednesday. Yeah. No. It's Thursday. The day that's usually the funnest day of the week for those who aren't involved in corporate 9 to 5 work, because you get to get all your stuff off on Friday evening, do your thing. And usually the thing about corporate 9 to 5 work is that you have a regimen where you do the same thing over and over, which is what I'm here to talk about today. This is just what I'm thinking about. Like everything that thus far on episode 2 that comes from me, it's really how I'm feeling that day in the moment, or it's what I would otherwise bother somebody to just talk to about. My new word is ruminate. I would just ruminate about this. All right, so we ruminating. Ruminate with me. Let's focus. I got to chill on these buttons. But anyway, so Albert Einstein said, I'm giving him the credit. I really don't even know. Y'all could triple check my facts. But Albert Einstein said that doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Do you agree with that? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. If doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, does that define insanity, or does that define perseverance, grinding, um, patience? Maybe it's a delayed reward that you might get out of it. You don't need like immediate satisfaction. Or you could just grind yourself down to the nubs and be worth nothing in the end. I don't know. And so that's why I'm bringing this to the forefront right now. Um, and I say this on a Friday Eve because a lot of people can't wait for the weekend. And now everything I say on here won't be true. Let's just get that out the way. I'm just gonna be saying stuff, and it would be real cool if y'all corrected me. But in the class that I had, um, it's an exercise class. I'm gonna let you all into my life a little later. Oh, let me hit this water. We were asking each other what were the most important inventions of the first, the 20th century. One day that was one of the things, and what are the most important inventions of the 21st century, which we're currently in. And one of the inventions of the 20th century that I thought that this was an invention of the 20th century was the weekend. Now, wasn't the weekend legislated? Like, wasn't that a thing where I don't want to give the wrong president credit, but isn't that something like what Labor Day came in because people were just working all the time? First of all, let's get it straight. Slaves didn't have weekends, right? So then, outside of slaves, I'm thinking that there was an upper class and a not quite slave class and a slave class. But I have no reason to think that the class above the slaves, I guess they were indentured servants, or maybe they weren't even called anything. I'm pretty sure they didn't get a Saturday and a Sunday off. They probably had to go to chapel or something like that and act like they believed in the same God. But man, would you go to chapel with your master? Or would you go to church with the person who would like whip you and tell you to do stuff? I don't know. Anyway, they probably got forced to because once again they had a class issue. But um, I think that the weekend, at some point in 19 something, the weekend was invented and it was like a result of labor laws. Anyway, let's bring it on back. The 9 to 5 corporate worker who does not love what they do, not the one who loves what they do. Loving what you do, doing something for passion, that's totally different. But then they look forward to the weekend, right? And they may be working for a goal, okay? And it might be a long term goal. That's something that if any of you are doing anything, including myself, that's what we have to ask ourselves, and regardless of what we're doing. If we're working towards a goal, how do we relate to that goal and the action that we're taking? Because it might have seemed like the right thing to do once we started doing it, but then it might just seem like, I don't know, I'm just stuck doing something that I made a choice about a long time ago, right? So is the definition of insanity doing that over and over again, expecting a different result? Or am I working towards this goal and persevering to be something astounding? I think that requires constant reevaluation. And it's tough because a lot of the times you become debt slaves. And that means that you have bills or a lifestyle or expectation of certain people that ties you to doing this thing. Even when this thing stops doing for you, you keep doing for this thing. Hmm. Whew. I know I'm not the only one who's ever felt that. This thing showed up big for you, whatever it is. It might be a job, it might be a business, it might be a person, it might be a relationship, it might be a hobby, it might be something, but you showed up for this thing. And then this thing, when you needed that thing the most, big old womp womp. It stopped on you. A lot of y'all might have had this experience early with a car. You might have loved your car, right? New car, whatever. It was a new car at one point. It was new to you. You loved it. You armoralled it. You kept it, kept your fluids filled and checked, and it was your pride. And then it became a money pit. At some point, you're grinding your gears in the direction of something that will grind you down. At some point, the grind becomes, it doesn't become a polishing mechanism anymore. At some point, it starts to become a slow demolition. And if you're not careful, it'll demolish your spirit. Now, I always said that in the game of chess, I got my chessboard over there. I always said that, and chess is dope. Like, don't let people confuse you like it's too difficult. Chess is a game. All right. So if you learn how to play a game, you can play chess. But it's just a game where it's a lot of moving parts. But it's a game. But if you play chess, if you have two pieces on the board, it don't matter what the other team has or what the other side has. With two pieces, you got a shot. You could win if you have two pieces and you know how to work your jelly. I mean, that's just how chess is if you're nice. If you have one piece, it's tough, but you could cause a draw if you're nice, right? So I'm just saying that to say at no point are you tapped all the way out, okay? So don't let what you're doing tap you out. You still got a shot. You have a chance. Now, your odds, I don't know. I might not bet on you in Vegas. However, me betting on you don't mean nothing. You got to bet on yourself. And sometimes you need to take a rest. And all the times you need to realize that nobody is designated to save you. And that might be tough for a lot of people. Uh, like Rudy Ray Moore said, I was born in a barrel of butcher knives. Oh man, I can't remember what he said after that, but imagine that. I was born in a barrel of butcher knives. That's a cold line. That's just, if that's how you really feel in your heart, then you ready for whatever because you don't revert to a place of comfort. But several of us, for whatever reason, might be the way you were raised, might be like a relationship that you had with somebody who made you feel comfortable. You revert to a place where you think auto comfort is owed to you, and it's not. And for that reason, you don't stop the constant grinding down of yourself that may come about when you don't stop yourself from doing the same thing over and over and over without looking outside to the goal. If you set the goal properly initially, all right, bet. But then it brings you back to well, if you didn't set your goal initially, then that's bound to happen. If you set your goal, I don't know, you had some projection about what this thing is going to do for you and what you're going to do with it, then it probably makes sense just to stay locked in. However, we have to govern that. We have to understand we have to govern that because we will drive ourselves absolutely insane, thinking that things are built for our comfort on some level. Like I hear a lot of things about rappers and bad record contracts, singers and bad record contracts because they really thought that they were going to be taken care of there, and they never stopped to govern their right to leave the building. Um, we don't stop often enough to leave the building, and then some people be like, "Man, you didn't stick around long enough for the result." Right? Well, that's when the doing the same thing over and over is persistence and perseverance. But then some people like, man, some people gonna stay on there like the Titanic. And, the music is playing, the band is playing. You see it's all bad, but here you go, sticking around. Who's gonna be who's gonna be the governor of your decision? Because if aside from like a mass attack, when it's your time to go down in the ground, you're gonna be in that box alone. And if you're not a twin, You came right on out that birth canal alone. Born alone, die alone. What you gonna do in the middle? You gonna let somebody else dictate that? I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna choose to do, but I know what you ought to do. I know what I gotta do. And I won't allow my decisions to grind my spirit up into like just a fine salt that gets blown away. Nah, you got to keep a part of yourself. So if you have any ideas, because like I said, I entered this chat not knowing. I don't know a damn thing. I emptied myself to this topic. Is the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, or is that perseverance? I don't know. But what I do think is that you have to draw the line. So I have a secret for everybody. I know y'all want to hear it, but I'm not going to tell you because it's my secret. But this secret of mine is going to do something for me that's going to help me answer these questions that I've been posing, you know. And I hope that I encourage some of you all to move your body, that will move your mind, right? Move your spirit around, change what you put inside of your diet to get a different result, or at least to set your visions differently so you don't find that comfort zone that might have you feeling stuck. I don't know. And I love to say I don't know because then you can't hold me liable. But fuck it, hold me liable. I don't know. Shit, give me credit if I tell you something good, you know? Give me all the credit. I told you. You tuned in here to sorry for my language. But in all reality, take care of yourself. Keep yourself well. I'm gonna tell you a story, just a brief story, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I don't have all day. I gotta go do some uncomfortable shit. But there was this guy. Oh man, I'm trying to tell this story with protecting the names of the innocent individuals. Um, jeez, I probably can't even tell that story because I'm cool with that person. Let me tell you a story about somebody I'm not cool with. Okay, bam. And I'm not very forgiving either. You do something to me, I'm never gonna fucking forget. I don't like your ass, so I don't mind telling a story about your J cat ass. So here goes nothing. Um, Damn, but I do like some of his people. I don't want them to catch on and be like, man, was that about so and so? Nah, but anyway, I'll just give it in vague terms. Um, there was this guy, right? And he was a friend of mine. And with him being a friend of mine, I got used to our friendship being cool. I felt like I could trust this person with not with my life, because like what we were doing, it wasn't at stake all like that. But I just felt like this person would be somebody who they would have my best interest at heart. I would have their best interest at heart, and then we just be homies doing things in life where some things synced up. It was my partner, right? So we had a plan to get some money, and we were executing this plan to get some money. Okay, I'm keeping this dumb vague right now because I don't feel like somebody approaching me about this in real life, and then I gotta slap them. I just finished working out, so I'm slap ready, straight up. I don't want to get the punching because then you never know somebody get knocked out, hit their head on something, start shaking, then you got a body. I'm not trying to do all that, but I'll slap somebody. I'll slap somebody and make them rethink their next 2 3 days about how they're gonna approach me. One of them heavy hand slaps. And let me tell you about slapping somebody. Let me show you. I'm gonna get back to this. But like when you slap somebody, depending on your hand size, wait, am I in the camera? Depending on your hand size, you gotta slap them and make sure you catch their face with this part, like catch them on the jaw with this part, and then catch them somewhere around the temple or the back of the ear with the finger, and you got to just let it rip. So it's not just smack, like in a '40s movie. Not like oh, nah. You got to do it for that. That's how you get the knockout. You got to hit them. You got to hit them nerves. You got to hit them nerves. You got to hit them nerves. Anyway, slap class. Yeah, slap them hands together. Okay, so no. So anyway, me and this homie, we had an idea we were gonna get some money. We were executing this plan, right? Okay, we're all in, right? Yeah, okay. So he's bringing his skill set. I'm bringing my skill set. I'm following his steps, right? Right. I'm putting the majority of the money up to do what we're gonna do, right? Right. We're doing this thing over and over and over and over and over. There is a goal. We're doing the same thing over and over. He begins to think that it's insanity because he wanted a he wanted a reward faster than the reward was coming. I was looking at doing the same steps over and over as perseverance. In the in his delusions of thinking that we're doing something that's insane, after a while, progress was being made. You could look back on it. In his uh, delusional punk ass milk on the breath way, the way he was seeing stuff, it made him quit, right? And this is the problem. Like looking back, I really should forgive him in my heart. Like never to his face, because we ain't gonna ever cross paths again. I ain't seen him in quite a while. But the problem with him giving up is that he reached the point of hopelessness before I did. I kept vision. I knew that we hadn't yet done enough to get the big rewards. And I think, and it soured the friendship. It killed it for real. And I don't want you to lose. So then I tend to do things without, to make sure I don't regret it later. And I don't bail out early. But when I bail out for sure. And so part of what I'm thinking about in terms of if it's insane to stop now, or if I am getting closer with persistence and perseverance, um, I really, really measure those things, because once I quit, I know I can't go back. Because momentum is one thing that you cannot get back. Interesting, right? You can't get momentum back. You can start new momentum, but you can't get that momentum back. If there's anybody in the chat who knows anything about physics, then you understand that like this is a law of physics. Momentum is a thing that's going. It's kinetic energy. If it stops, you can't reach back in the past and get that back. You have to restart from where you are. Brand new momentum has to be created. All the gravity, all the wind drift, all the things that you created, all that, all the push, all that, all the friction, all that has to be recalibrated in a very unique way. You cannot restart momentum. Know that. So if you stop something, you have to make it real plain. I'm stopping this without plans of restarting it, because I can't restart it. That thing died. I could give birth to something similar with my ideas, with my energy, but I can't redo it. Okay, so that story was just anecdotal to let you know that there are situations that can exist where one part of your partnership, this could be marriage, this could be friendship, this could be business, this could be one part of how you're thinking, one part of your relationship with yourself. One part can be thinking that this is insane. But then the other part, if you have created a vision and you are following the steps, you could think, no, this is progress. And I think we all have to govern that line. Now, for me, I got to address myself a lot. The life of entrepreneur is torturous. You have your tremendous ups. You fly higher than eagles fly. But then, you also are in the mud with the snails. That's just the nature of it. I don't care how much money is at stake, how much it don't even matter. Like you tremendous ups, tremendous downs. Generally, it's a pretty good life though. Can't front. I've lived, man. My life is. I'm not the one to complain. Matter of fact, I'm actually grateful. Um, I make a daily practice out of actually counting my blessings on my fingers. I'll be counting. I'll get to 25. And that takes time. Like, count 25 blessings on your fingers. You go ahead and try that. I'll give you time. I hit the wrong button. I'll give you time. Count 25 blessings. All right, finish that up. That's your homework. 25 blessings on your hands is pretty dope. And then every now and then, you gotta say, you gotta pipe yourself up with certain affirmations, right? You gotta say certain things. You have to have your own. If they're not exactly prayers, because it's not religious, you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself to not go insane. Because I really think in a habitat of concrete and bricks and traffic and sirens and all that, you're not meant to stay sane. And so you have to do, you just have to keep telling people you're a miracle. Like you're miraculous. I mean, now you have to tell people, you have to tell yourself that. You have to know that. You have to know that. But sometimes you got to say it out loud. I'm a miracle, miraculous. I'm a puma. I'm a platypus. I'm a pimped out podium pounder. Grandfathered in. I'm a forefather founder. I'm a champ to a challenger. Smith& Wesson silencer. I make them put the gun down. Huh. I put push-ups on it. Slide out in Voltide donuts. I'm dipped in glaze. I'm going through some things. Damn. I'm the feathers of the eagle. Working on some overtime. On the mic, I'm the fangs for my people. I'm the venom in the rhythm. I'm the voice that the motherfucking vote won't give them. I'm devout to the grind. I'm grown and grounded. It's a matter of time. I'm fresher than wet grass, relief under pressure. My beliefs to get cash. Yeah, I agree with the past. It's never ever lied. I look deeply in its eyes. I study it. I'm martial law. I'm the nuttiest. Impartial raw. Believe what you hear and then part of what you saw. I'm the beast in the creek. I'm 20 feet tall. Woke up from my sleep. I'm pleased to meet y'all. I'm grindstone, the predicate catalyst. Baby girl, I'm miraculous. Amen. You got to have things that you say to yourself, you know? So, hey, even we are fit to address Einstein. You know, Einstein might not have been the smartest dude in the world. He had his parts though, but we just held on to that. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I disagree. The definition of insanity to me is doing the same thing over and over that harms you, and then you expect not to be harmed. They're related, but it's different because some things you do over and over is good for you, right? And you like working out, you might expect a different result because you do the same thing over and over, and you're gonna get one. So, peace to brother Albert Einstein. But we gotta correct you. We gotta update your files. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, if you got any type of comments about anything, this is episode 2 of Sorry for My Language. Drop your comments in the chat. I mean, in the comment section where we welcome all that. And I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel that you're currently on, as well as go to grindstoneuniversal.com because it's quality goods there. I'm making the flyest shit. I ain't gonna lie to you or me. I make very, very nice shit, and I've been doing it for a while. Quality business that you step in the room, somebody gonna ask you what it is and all this and that. You're really gonna love how it feels on you. And so, if you just want to rock the butters, you could do that. You could do that. Know it was made with integrity. I would also like for you to follow me on Instagram at grind_stone, on X. I guess we're calling it X now. We're not calling it Twitter. Man, what is my joint? I think it's at never_ever_ran. At never ever ran. Um, that comes from Run DMC. They call me Run, but I never ran. And in the B-boy stance is how I stand. And Daryl Mack is cold, got my back. Yeah, so anyway, never ever ran on with them underscores on X. So yeah, man, on a Thursday, that's what I got for you. Sorry for my language if I offended you. Also, follow me on Apple Music at Grindstone. That way you can find all my albums, my latest one being titled, guess what? I didn't mean to hit that one. Sorry for my language. Yeah, that's my last album. So you follow me on YouTube. I mean, on Apple Music, Spotify, all that. Artist name is Grindstone, and I got a lot of good sauce cooked up for you. So anyway, that's what I got. Y'all go out, be your best person. If somebody don't do it for you, then you go out and make a great day. I'm signing off. Little bitch. I'm signing off.